Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Got a ton of cards here. These are all cards that I've recently sold on eBay. eBay's been going well for me recently. Been listing some inventory on there. eBay store is in the description if you're interested in checking anything out. Went through, found some cards, that I had sitting waiting to list. I was like, you know what? Might as well just list them now, get some money back. I feel like I'm doing pretty well with the cards I'm sending off for grading. Obviously, I haven't gotten any of them back yet. I've got like 240 cards off at PSA right now, but the spreadsheet is working and I am buying the right cards. I know this because, for example, before we get into the sales, one of the cards I've been buying is 2023 Topps Chrome Cosmic Wembanyama base rookie. Gem rates in the upper 60%. I was starting to buy them when they were $20 raw. They're at about $40 raw right now. And the PSA 10s are going for about $300. So you can see, if say the average is a 67% gem rate, that's an average of $200 per PSA card. Take 85% out, or take 85% of that for eBay. We'll take that as 170. My cost with grading for a $25 card is probably about 50 bucks. So we're looking at about a projected profit of over $100 for each of those cards. So it's working, getting money where I can and putting it into those cards. Within the next 2 to 3 weeks, I should be getting some of those cards back, and we'll just be cycling through at that point. So let's start off with this Anthony Edwards yellow Ray Wave refractor number to 275. Sold this for $20. I pulled this myself, actually. I decided to open up a couple boxes of Topps Chrome. I don't really support opening product trying to make money. I just wanted to pull a few cards for myself. I pulled a base Cooper, I pulled an X-Fractor Con. Those will be in my collection. I'm cool with that. And that's all I needed to open. So didn't really care for the Ant-Man. If this was a true gold, would have been a massive card. I saw it at first. I didn't know who it was, but it kind of looks like gold when it's peeking out. But man, $20, we'll take it. $30 here on this Jesse Sapphire. I wanted to get into this. It's just the quality isn't really there in my opinion. So selling this off raw for 30 bucks. We'll take it again. Take my money, move it into something else. Cool card. If this was one of the Cars character, Cars is one of my favorite movie franchises of all time. Like, this is sitting in my PC right now, just a base flow. But I like Cars. But yeah, we're selling off the Jesse. That would have been cool to have, and I don't know, like a Chick Hicks or something. I feel like that green and gold would look sweet. Emmanuel Sharp, you can see in the background, I PC Emmanuel Sharp. I already have this card. Actually, got the gold one over here out of 50. One of the best Houston shooting guards of all time. Has the most three-pointers in school history. I'm filming this the day before the play-in starts. Obviously, it's getting uploaded after that, but hopefully Houston can go on a run. They seem to have a decent path to at least the Sweet 16. Then probably are going to have to go through, in my opinion, Illinois, and then Florida would be my guess. So we'll see. They don't have it terribly tough. At least they're not in that upper left region with Duke and Michigan State, Kansas, St. John's, UConn. That's a gauntlet. Thank goodness they didn't end up there. But yeah, sold that for $4 or $5. Jason McClellan, I've had this for a while. Don't know what I bought it for. Wasn't too much. Sold it for $8. I'll take that $8 and put it somewhere else. I've had it listed for probably close to a year. Anytime I've had a card listed for a long time and I get an offer that's semi-reasonable, meaning like this card was up for like 15 bucks. $8 is reasonable to me. If someone had offered me like $4, I would have declined it. But like if I've got a graded card up for 50 bucks and it's been up for a year and someone offers me 35, I'll think about it. Obviously, if they offer me like 20 or something, no, I'd rather just keep the card at that point. Base Bowman rookie Jose Ramirez. These usually sell for like 15. I sold mine for 12. They sell 12 to 15. Fine selling it. It has a good gem rate. This one just wasn't it for me. I didn't think it was good enough. 9 still have some value there, but if I think it has a shot at 10, I send it off. I just didn't think so. So $12 on that. Really nice sale on this one. I actually had this one listed for like in the mid to upper 200s. Took an offer at 150 because why not? Jokic doesn't look like he'll be winning MVP this year. It's going to go to Shea again is what it's looking like. But sold this for 150. I think all in on this, I was in for like 105 to 110. So we'll end up making a few bucks off this. I wanted to get it graded, but I can't tell you what I thought was wrong with it. There was something obviously to me that just wasn't wasn't quite right. Yeah, we'll take it. That's a lot of money back into the pool to buy some other cards. 150. That's a good sale there on that one. Keontae George Silver. This one sold for 26. Again, I think this one had some slight surface scratches on it at the bottom, but Keontae George is one that if you can find his silvers centered up, I think it's a good purchase because the gem rate's pretty nice, and these in PSA 10s are still selling pretty strong, about like 175 last I checked. So obviously down a little bit from when his stuff went way up, but even if you bought this at $30, $30 to grade a card, that's $60. His gem rate's up there. You'll still be profitable. Sold these two together. I sold them separate, same buyer bought them. I think they bought them for like $8 combined. Two Emmanuel Sharp autos. I already have both of them. I was buying his stuff because I thought that, you know, maybe he'd go crazy in the Big 12 tournament, maybe into the NCAA tournament. He's been, you know, he hasn't been as hot as he was last year, but still a great shooter. And, you know, eyes are going to be on Houston. To me, he's someone that could have a potential in the NBA too. Is just a sharpshooter. It's a shooting league at this point. So, you know, his career three-point shooting's, I think, like 38, 39% in college. Not lights out like LJ Cryer was last year, but he's still pretty good. One piece card here. This one sold for 90. Just wasn't clean enough to grade for me. There was over here on this right side, I don't really think you can see it in the top loader, but there was some white specks sticking off that they were too thick to me to be able to pull off without, you know, maybe chipping into the card. So wasn't able to grade that one. That's okay. Still sold it for 90. And then this one here, Jared McCain, sold for $4. I think I picked it up for $1. Yeah, really his career has been revived after moving from the 76ers off to OKC. So this would have been maybe a good whatnot card, but sold it for $4 on eBay. We'll take it. We'll keep the line moving. Jazz Chisholm. I've had this one listed for a while too. This is an example of, you know, needing to buy the star players and not maybe necessarily just someone that's got a name. Jazz is a pretty decent name. A lot of people know about him. He might even hit 40 home runs this year for the Yankees, but this gilded out of 99 sold for $35. I've had it listed for a while. I'd rather just put my money in something else where I've been able to do the math recently, looking at gem rates, looking at the pop report, looking at prices, calculating my way instead of, you know, it's the same thing in investing, right? Use the calculated method, invest in the S&P, the blue chip stocks, you know, not just some hot shot name, right? So yeah, this looks great. It's graded a 10, but put your money where the money talks. The money's not talking in Jazz Chisholm. You know, it really doesn't talk for any Miami player. If this was an Aaron Judge, a Bobby Witt, Ohtani's probably ridiculously priced. Paul Skeens, someone like that, this would sell well, but it's just not the right name. So getting the right names of the cards that I know grade well and sell well, have the sales history, something like that basically never gets graded or sold, so you're just kind of guessing. Good sale here, $40 on the Jackson Holiday Sapphire Edition. PSA 10 had this listed for a decent bit too, but again, just happy to move on. This was one of the cards I've had up for a bit, so, you know, a lot of sales here. You know, $40, it's adding up, this sale, so we got a lot of money to put in other cards now. Jacob Wilson Refractor, PSA 10, this sold for $50. This would be one that I would like to keep for my collection, but personally, I'm fine with selling this off for $50. I was buying these cards for like, I think under $5 at one point. I'm pretty sure I graded these ones $18 to grade, so probably still doubling up my money. Found this when I was going through some cards to list. I was like, oh, still have one of these. I'd already sold off the other ones and made some good money on them, so sell that off for $50. And then this one, this was me just trying to buy into someone. This was at the end of last season. Xavier Legette, still a decent name. I didn't know he didn't have a great year, but it was just a year one wide receiver. I sold this for $15, and I'm pretty much just out the grading fees, which isn't bad. But, you know, if I'd let it kind of settle out, this year was horrible, absolutely horrible for grading Prism cards. Like 15 to 20% gem rates on most stuff. These back corners, two black corners, were typically pretty bad, some print lines on it, so just not a good year and set to grade Prism cards. But learned a lot of lessons, and I feel like I'm doing a really good job now. So overall, all of this amounted to $490 in total sales. Probably will get about $415 after eBay takes their fees. Really solid chunk of money. That's a lot of $20 to $30 cards that I can buy to grade that could turn into $150 to $200 cards. So yeah, we learn our lessons. We just keep selling. We keep moving. We keep buying. Waiting for a lot of grading, but we'll keep grading. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, like and subscribe. Let me know what you think of these sales, as well as some of my strategies down below in the comment section. As I mentioned, eBay store is linked in the description. My ComC store is linked in the description if you are interested in purchasing anything from me. And as always, thank you guys for watching. 2K for life. Peace.